So coming to this course content, right? And this is about our complete Oracle RAC the 19C training, and where we are going to covering about the clusterware. Let me show you. We are going to cover about the clusterware. Yeah. Okay, along with ASM. So we are covering two different chapters in the RAC because together is called RAC. The combination of the combination of clusterware plus ASM is called RAC.
Okay.
So, exactly. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Ram.
Please go for it. Yeah.
Actually, sometimes we have a standalone with some configuration, right?
That is called Oracle Restart.
Sorry?
That is called Oracle Restart. Oracle Restart.
Okay. Because in our environment, we don't have RAC, but we have ISM storage.
This is called standalone. Yeah. Standalone is okay. Alone ASM.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So this is like single node. So single node you will be having ASM instead of the file system. You're using ASM. That's Oracle Restart. Whereas here you will be having what? Clusterware, which is nothing but like no, you need to install the what software? GA software, Grid Infrastructure software.
Okay.
Here also you will be having GA only, but here you need to choose the only for standalone ASM. But here you have to choose the like no clusterware option here. I mean GA for the RAC and GA for the standalone. Okay, here you will be having only one process like OHSD process, one single process, OHSD, but OH service daemon. But here you will be having what? OH. One second, my key. Yeah. So yeah. So Oracle High Available Service Demand plus CRS, CSSD, Event Manager, EVMD. Okay, EVMD. So you will be seeing these additional three processes: cluster ready service, cluster single service demand, and event manager. And along with you will be having some other process as well. Okay, these are the major process. For the RAC, these are the major process. So that will be discussed in our trainings, in the architecture class. Okay, without these services, your cluster cannot function. Okay, and that we're going to discuss in the later. See, if you come to the RAC, the course content, right, we'll be seeing about the first one, like no introduction to RAC. So where we are going to learn about so what is the RAC? So what was that before RAC? And why we're choosing the RAC? Okay, to provide the what? High availability. Because for standalone, it won't provide you high availability. Like high availability, load balancer. Okay, there are multiple things are there. To provide high availability, we are going to see the RAC. So DR with data guard. Let me see the. Okay, actually I will be having 3 monitors. Okay, that's why is yeah. Come on, yeah. Fine. So when you go for DR, right, this is my standalone. Like one instance, one database only. We know already. So one instance can talk with only one database only.
Okay.
One DB, which is standalone. You can go for the standalone file system or standalone ASM. It doesn't matter. Oracle Restart. But when you go for RAC, right, you will be having more than one instance. Minimum 2. More than one instance having what? One common database, which is common.
Okay.
Here's what happening. So always one instance can talk with one database, but whereas here there are 2. I told you can have RAC by having only minimum 2 instances required. Minimum 2, but maximum how many? Minimum 2. The maximum how many? 100.
Okay.
100, but in the real time you could see like 2, 3, 4, very rare 5 cases, but not more than 5. In very rare cases you will see 5. I know people are working 9 also. Okay, I work with some clients, but you see minimum 2, but again depends on application. Okay, right here what happened? You having like one instance, 2 instance like this. If you have three instances. Okay, but all are pointed to only one database. Okay, but one more thing here, they're having intercommunication, which is very, very important. So before Oracle RAC, before Oracle 8i, before Oracle 8, this was not there. You could say before 19, you can say before 2000 year, it was not there. Because 9i was introduced 1998. So before 8i, it was not, there was no intercommunication.
Okay.
It was there. See, intercommunication was there, but only limited features. The intercommunication was there, but only have a limited feature. But starting from 8i, you will have you're going to hear one cache fusion. You're going to hear one word called cache fusion. Cache fusion. Which is there from what? Oracle 8 onwards. Having more features. And that you will be seeing in the next upcoming classes. What are the features? Okay. So that means what is they called RAC? They are working actually independent each other, but communicate each other to share resources. Along with they're going to have only one common database. What means one common database? One control file and having own redo log files. My own redo 1, node 2 have own redo 2, node 3 own redo 3. Understood, right? Redo sorry, node specific, instance specific, but control file is common. What database file? Like system is common, sysax is common. So here sysax is common. Okay, what you call temp is common, but again undo is unique. Each node having its own undo 1, undo 2, undo 3. Because when you say
separate undo, right?
Sorry,
it's a node specific, right? Undo also.
Exactly. Undo node specific. Why tell me undo? Why undo node specific? Because you have redo specific, right?
Okay.
When you have redo specific, there must be undo, right? When you when you're doing DML operation, what is happening? It's generating the redo, like redo log files. Same we have the undo, rollback mechanism, undo.
Okay.
That's why you have three nodes. There must be 3 undo for each node. Okay, like this. So undo is for what? Node specific. And again, and except this redo and undo, the remaining are what? Which are shared between the multiple nodes of the cluster. You are going to create, see, other than system table pages, right? We are going to create multiple other table pages. Those are shared between the multiple nodes of the cluster or rack. You will be having 10 additional table pages, 20, doesn't matter. Except to what you call redo and undo. Everything shared. Okay, that is the difference between the single node and drag node. Okay, but here I told you will be having multiple, you will be having different public IP. So each node with its own public IP and again private IPs. Okay, you will be having minimum 2. See, you will be having 2 minimum IPs. Okay, to configure the rack. Minimum 2. I'm not saying which is maximum. Minimum 2. One is the public IP, second is the private IP. Private IPs you can go maximum 4 private IPs. I'll tell you why 4. Okay, public IP second depends. Public IP for end user access, like client access. Public IP. Where the private IP what? To have communication between the node to node communication, as well as what? Node to share communications. Got it?
Okay.
You will have node to node communication and node to share communications. So one more thing, Ganesh. So within demo, right? I may be going to give a little more information. It's not possible to give everything, right, in a demo. Within demo, right. It's not going to give everything, but I'm just giving you what is underlying the rack between the single and rack.
Yeah, this is much more better.
Exactly. Because I can go to the content, okay, that will explain you high level, but not going to in depth, okay. That will go in depth, will go in the next classes.
Yeah, no, Shriram, it's fine. It's
better. Exactly. Okay, great. Okay, fine. So coming here, so here, and one more important thing, right? I told you why people are going for RAC. Tell me, because people are going to RAC to provide the high availability.
Okay.
What means high availability? If one node goes down, second node will be available. But one more important, one more important thing, right? No, RAC also will not provide you complete high availability, because RAC can provide high availability only in case of node crash. But what about if storage crash?
Yes, yeah.
If storage is clustered, no, nothing will help you out. If you have 3 nodes, everything running fine. You have 100 nodes, everything is fine. But what about if storage is gone? If storage is gone, again, which is downtime only. So
Yeah,
RAC itself will not provide you high availability. If you really want to have the high availability, you need to implement what? RAC plus DR.
yeah.
That's called what? That's called MA. In the real time, you could hear what? Maximum availability architecture.
Okay.
RAC itself is called high availability, and DR itself called data guard is high availability.
Yeah.
But both will provide different high availability because DR will can provide you only disaster recovery. Okay, you have some downtime. You will have very minimal downtime. Okay, but not more. Okay, which will provide you like disaster recovery. If one node, you have 2 nodes are there for data guard. Okay, if for data guard, right, what is happening? 2 nodes are required minimum. They work independent each other. Okay, so primary
Yeah.
and standby. Standby sync with primary. Here what is happening? If you node crash, you can do switchover or failover. Or if storage crash, you can do switchover failover. But no, because both are synced with each other always. I mean, the standby sync with primary always. Okay, again I'm telling you, the data card I'll tell you separately later, high levelly. I mean, when you go for the topic, I'll give you more detail, okay? But telling you, the data card will provide you only disaster recovery, but not completely, the features which are given with the rack. Because rack can provide you DR, disaster recovery, for body control, load balancer, high availability, okay? So online patching. So like
Yeah.
many things are there, the rack. But again, what is the drawback? If storage goes down, everything is crash. And that's why if you
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to implement the complete 99.9 uptime, you need to implement what? Mark architecture. That means what is
Yeah.
happening? You'll be have two node of rack, minimum two. I'm talking about, and either you can go for single node standby or multiple node standby. Understood, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
Either you can go this way. Primary is here
Okay.
two nodes. A standby. Either I can go for one standby or you can go two standbys. I mean to say standby itself is rack. Again, which depends. And this kind of architecture will provide you complete availability. Where you know what is happening. If storage goes down, what happens? You can do simply failover, and this is your primary. Okay, it happens. Again, the failure you could do either manual or automatic. The failure you could do either manual or automatic, which is unplanned downtime.
Okay.
The planned downtime
Yeah.
you could do switchover. Okay, so again, see, I'm just telling you, but see, I'm telling some new words to you, but which is no relation right now. Okay, and that you will see only when you go order wise, one by one. You see the order.
Okay.
Okay, that is about the rack. So this is understood, right? So the rack is having unique architecture compared with data guard or a standalone. Okay, and in the rack you will be having what? Cluster wise required, cluster wise. Okay, that is what GA, like grid infrastructure. See, from 11G, from 11G release 2 onwards, we were calling what? GA. Before 11G release 2, we used to have what? Cluster wise the name was. The name was what? Cluster only before 11G release 2. From 11G release to now 19C or 21C, we are calling what? GA only. GA means grid infrastructure, which is includes combination of what? Cluster plus ASM.
Okay.
Plus ASM. Okay, and whenever you are going to install this GA red software, right, which is going to create two files. One is not three. Okay, three files actually. One is OCR file, voting file. Okay, the order, right? First of all, you need to install the GA software. Then after you need to install the database software, RDBA software.
Yeah.
Okay, when you install GA software, which is going to include the three different files. One is the OCR file, voting file, and OLR file. OLR for node specific. OLR is node specific. There is no problem with OLR, but OCR and voting, which is shared. I told you before, right? Right? You remember like CRSD, CSD. You remember I told you CRSD. So, yeah, exactly. Those processes are running because of this OCR voting. If no CRS, if CRS is not there, I mean, if you don't have OCR file, then CRS will not function. Okay, if no voting file, there is no CSD demand.
Okay.
Okay, like this happens. So
Okay. Okay.
in the RAC, when you go for RAC, right, most cases you face the issues of CSD only. Most cases.
Okay.
Because RAC, what is happening? So these are very critical files. Okay, sometimes what is happening? Storage, some network issue happen. Maybe the hard disk storage issue is there. Then what happened? These files are not available for the nodes. Whenever these nodes are not these files are not available to nodes, right? What happened? These nodes keep on reboots. I'll tell you the RAC issues, right? I'm telling you most
Yeah.
you're going to face what? OCR voting issues, network issues, and store issues. Okay, and
Okay.
that is the reason.
Okay.
So you what happened? You have a lot of, I mean, the more issues for these only compared to the data guard. See, when you compare the data guard and standard one, right? You are going to face
Yeah.
more issues over the your this network issue or store issue. Other than this, everything normal only. Okay, because you're going to have the dedicated store. See, in the real time, right? When you go for the RAC, right? You will have network engine separately, storage engine separately, Linux admin
Yeah.
separately, and database admin separately.
Yeah.
Even multiple people are there to involve to troubleshoot the RAC issues in the real time. Okay, no, not single DB is going to handle the RAC issues. Again, it depends, like, no, your database node, like, no, your single node down or single instance down, or network is not reachable. Everything is fine, even but your OS is not coming up. Your CRS is not starting. Why? Underlying hardware unit check. Underlying hardware unit check. So what I'm trying to tell you, right? Everything is coming in where? Let me show you. Yes, here. Like introduction to RAC, I told you, like architecture, types of again in the RAC there are three types of clusters are there, like no shared architecture, shared nothing, shared everything. There are three types of clusters are there, like shared everything, shared nothing. Okay, understood, right? There are three
Yeah.
types.
Yeah.
One is second is what right now shared everything, shared nothing is people will they don't use. Out of three, shared nothing they don't prefer, shared everything they don't prefer. Will prefer only shared, like no storage only.
Okay.
That I'll tell you in our first class. I'll tell you. Okay, in the next class. Okay, see types of
Sure.
clusters.
Sure.
I'm going to say what are hardware requirements. Okay, once we understand the instruction section, then we are going to have the rack setup. See, rack setup need more 70% Linux admin. I mean, knowledge required. See, the good thing, right? I was a before Linux admin. There was my advantage for me. I did
Okay.
rack setup of 10G, 10G release 1, release 2, 11G release 1, 11G release 2. Again, different flavors. 12 1, 12 2, 19C, 18C. I did rack setups so far. And one thing I told you, I was a Linux admin, which is one of the admins for me to set up rack. I could fix my issues from my end easily. But in
Great.
the real
Great.
time, this is not your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only knowledge is required, but there's no need to bother about it. But if you know, it's well and good.
Okay.
That's your job. Means what is happening? They're configuring networking, they're configuring storage, they're giving you everything ready for okay, like all the pre-checks they're going to give you. Only your job is to what? Install the cluster and install the RDBMS and install the and create the database. That's it. Simple. Three things you are going to do. In the real time. 70% done by the different teams. Once your RAC is done, RAC setup is done, then we are going to see the architecture. Okay, what are the rack processes? Okay, what is the difference between the single and rack? And storage options, I told you, like storage options. See, reduce
Yeah.
are node specific, unknown node specific. Okay, what the parameters are then for rack? Okay, and ASM, complete ASM we are going to see. ASM there from 10G onwards, it was not there for 10G. ASM for 10G onwards, we are going to see ASM is instant, which is ASM is instant, which is not database. ASM have its own process, ASM processors are there. ASM background processor, ASM disk groups, ASM disks. Our data is going to store within the ASM, not file system. ASM, we are going to configure ASM with the raw drives. You get the raw hard drives. We are going to create the ASM instance, right? On top of the raw hard disks, which are not formatted. That's why ASM will provide you better performance, no fragmentation. Okay, once everything is fine, we'll go for the RAC administration. I just told you, like cache, coherence, cache fusion, RAC background process like OCR files, voting files, see, OLR files, see, OCR voting, OLR files. Everything we are going to discuss here, like enable disturbing instances, backup, recovery. We have logical backup, physical backup. We do the recovery as well. We drop, we will take the full backup of Arman. By using Arman, we'll take full database backup and we'll try to do the recovery of database. See, we could take the backup from multiple nodes. We could take the
Yeah.
backup from multiple nodes, but recovery is only there for one. I mean, the restore you could do restore from only one node.
Oh, okay, okay.
Backup will done. You could take backup optionally from multiple nodes to speed up the backup, but restore you can do from only one node. But recovery again you can from multiple nodes. Recovery. How? I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay. So I told high availability. How it was high availability? Tab service. Important word is tab policies. RAC administration like SRS intro they'll ask you what is SRS, what is CRCTL? Starting, stopping,
Okay.
managing services, adding, removing the instance from the RAC. Like no migrating single node to RAC migrations, patching the RAC. I'll give you some high level adding, deleting nodes to existing RAC. RAC performance tuning, where you need to focus more.
Okay.
RAC one node again from which is 11G list of RAC one node. RAC patching, and we know we have CDPD right from tools onwards. Okay, so how to set up the CDPD within RAC as well?
Okay.
You know CDPDB? CDB and PDB?
Yeah. Yeah, container pluggable.
Exactly. So how you can going to perform and configure CDPD at the RAC level?
Okay, okay.
Okay, everything we are going to discuss in detail when it's start the training. And one more thing I'm telling you, everything we are going to see practically because I will be having one server. Oh, one more thing. What is configuration? System configuration? What is it?
Yeah, Ram, because right now I'm having 8 GB, so I need to update to 16
Yeah,
GB.
exactly. But in the meantime, I could help you. I have 30 GB of RAM,
Okay.
2 TB of hard drive. Okay, like 8 core octa-core process. Because actually, I'm having some server Dell PowerEdge.
Okay.
You might hear Dell PowerEdge, right? Dell PowerEdge.
Yeah.
So R210. So we have better performance for the RAC setup and training and practice. Okay, and every day we have recorded sessions, flexibility. We are having more interactive sessions. Anything we can ask.
Sure, sure, Ram.
Okay, so any queries you can ask anytime. Okay, so yeah, please up to you right now. So please tell me any doubt you have, Ganesh. Sorry, yeah, because this is a demo. I'm not going in depth. Okay, because we don't have time to go everything, right? Yeah.
Sure, sure.
So
I got it.
one more thing, my throat is not. I have some cold. Okay, that's why I'm not able to speak properly. I'm
No issue.
feeling some difficulty, but yeah, make sure I will find maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow mostly. So
Yeah, I can understand.
yeah, maybe you could share your feedback to the instant people. Okay, so once you find, so maybe we can start our training. And one final thing, what is the convenient time to join the class? If everything is okay, what is the preferred time?
Ram, we will do it in the evening, like this time from 8 to 9 or 9 to 10. That's fine.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's make. I'm also fine like 9 to 9 because everything is so
I'm working for an Canada timing, so that it's not possible in the morning or.
yeah. Fine. Okay, yeah. Let's make 9 to 10. Okay, I'm okay with this one. Okay, anyhow, we are flexible, right? We can adjust our timing tool. See, only weekdays, 9 to 10. Weekends, if you want, we can have any time.
Yeah.
And that is also if both are available only. No force.
Okay.
Yeah, because right, weekends are both available. We can have at least 1 day class, if not 2 days.
Yeah, no issue.
Yeah, our main motto is to cover 5 classes in a week, minimum 5.
Yeah.
Maximum, it depends.
Sure.
Okay, right? Yeah. So once you confirm, I could share my WhatsApp number with you so that we have a communication. We have timing updates. Everything will have interaction between us.
Yeah, sure. I will let you know.
Okay. So it's great actually.
Yeah.
Any queries so far? Please let me know.
No, I'm clear and out. There's no more.
Oh, great. Okay, that's great. It's nice talking to you, Ganesh. Okay, hopefully, so we'll meet again, and maybe you could share the feedback with the people.
Sure. Thanks.